Hey Gina, let's check this question out. So we have this mess in the brackets, 3x to the negative 4, p to the third, and that whole mess is raised to the negative 2 exponent. So what we're going to have to use first is called the power rule. This exponent, negative 2, is going to get applied to the 3, it's going to get applied to the x, and it's going to get applied to the p. So basically every number and every variable gets that. Let me show you what that looks like. 3 to the negative 2, that's going to be, now if we have an exponent here for our x's, we multiply them. So negative 4 times negative 2 is positive 8 because two negatives make a positive. And p comes out to be negative 6. We're basically done here, but we never leave negative exponents. Mathematically speaking, we're not simplified yet. And the trick for a negative exponent is we flip it over, and when we flip it down into the denominator or flip it from the denominator up into the numerator, then it changes sign. Okay, so we can picture this whole mess as a big fraction. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to flip this term down, this 3 to the negative 2, that's going down. X to the 8 is fine, that's positive. And this p to the negative 6 is going to flip down as well. So that's going to be x to the 8, that's all we have up top, over 3 squared p to the 6. Now if I lost you on that, let's think about the pattern of exponents. 10 squared is 100, right? Like 2 zeros, right? Exponent of 2. 10 to the 1 is 10, literally 1 0. 10 to the 0 is 1. And then if we continue the pattern here of the descending exponents, we have 10 to the negative 1. And that would equal 0.1, which as a fraction is 1 over 10. So that's the relationship, right? I'll write the 1 in so you can see it. So basically, if we have a negative exponent, if we flip it, or take the inverse or the reciprocal, whatever you want to say, then it changes. Now, if this was a negative here, it would still be a negative out here, because this means negative 1 times this quantity, but the exponent changes sign. So that's where I can get away with doing this. It comes down to the denominator, and the exponent becomes positive. Same with the p. Then we're just going to evaluate that because we can. 3 squared is 9. That's where your 9 comes from right there, buddy. So 9p to the 6 is the simplified version of that expression. Okay? Good question. These are super tricky, but keep it up because when you take math 10-4-6, it's going to make your life a whole lot better, I promise you. If you have any questions about that, let me know.